South Park succinctly explained how to extract money from whales a decade ago.
Allow me to explain the science behind micropay freemium gaming. For years, the concept behind gaming was simple. You pay for the game and you enjoy.
No, idiot.
Perhaps we now have the ability to make games that are boring and stupid.
Yeah.
But if you pay for incentives, you're rewarded.
Freemium. The mium is Latin for not really.
It's a simple cycle. A never-ending loop based on RPGs. Explore, collect, spend, improve. But whereas those just use the concept of XP or experience points, we introduced the idea of micro-paying with money. Money.
It's what everyone is doing. Freemium games are what's now. And
Wow.
Just a lot of harmless vibes.
This is a good idea.
And so in conclusion, the successful freemium game is based on 5 principles. Entice the player with a simple game loop. Use lots of flashing cha-chings and compliments to make the player feel good about
amazing.
themselves. Train the players to spend your fake currency.
Oh,
Offer
no.
the players a way to spend real currency for your... Train the
They're
players
even
to
crystals. Oh no. Oh no, they're even crystals.
spend your fake currency. Offer the players a way to spend real currency for your fake currency.
Yep.
So they'll forget they're spending money.
And make the game about waiting. But let the player pay not to wait. It's a surefire way to make lots of money.
We understand micropaying, but can't the game hidden inside the charade just at least be fun?
No. It has to be just barely fun. If the game was too fun, then there would be no reason to micropay in order to make it more fun. What's this?
Your checks, of course, for 10 million American dollars each.
So this is... everyone is doing this? Everyone is doing it.
Yeah.
It's just the way things are going.
It's
It's
just,
the way things are going.
yeah. What's wrong with
I
that?
guess if everyone's just paying 40 cents at a time, it can't be that bad.
It's just 40 cents, guys. Yeah, it's just 40 cents. Holy fucking shit, guys. God, I love this. And this came out in 2000. Wait, when did this come out? It was 2015? Holy shit. Oh my God. You know what the funny thing is? Back then, it used to be 40 cents. Now it's just, you just pay $40. All you have to do is you just pay $40 once a week, and you're able to skip this arbitrary time gating mechanism that causes you to have to spend $40 every week. Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's only $40, guys. Come on. Yeah, nothing's changed. I know that. First episode, November 2014, so it has almost been a decade. Holy fucking shit. Back then it was just Total Biscuit talking about it. Well, yeah, because a lot of other people didn't see what was going to happen. That's what it is. People are very naive. I remember back whenever I was, the thing is, back whenever I was talking shit about store mounts way back in the day, nobody agreed with me. Like, everybody, I remember this back in, like, Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm. Whenever I was making content, everybody was shitting on me and calling me, like, a loser or poor or salty or an elitist for not liking store mounts. And this is what happened. Like, I was one person didn't like it, and everybody else didn't care. And now, here we are. And now we've come around, and everybody realized that I was right all along. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Continue to spit on them. The thing is that, here's my opinion, is that there is no solution to this. Not buying it isn't a solution. Because not buying it just means somebody else is going to buy it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, there's no solution to these free-to-play games with, like, predatory microtransaction stuff. And the predatory thing, I want to talk about that word a little bit, because I think that too many people use the word predatory whenever I don't think it's really true. I think that the word predatory implies that people should not be expected to be able to demonstrate self-control or self-restraint. To a certain degree, an individual should be responsible for their own actions. And if you are spending a bunch of money on a video game constantly, or you're donating a bunch of money to a Twitch streamer constantly, this is not necessarily predatory. Maybe you're just a fucking moron. Maybe you're just a fucking moron, but you involve a child, though. If you involve a kid and your kid is spending your fucking money on your credit card, that's your fault too. It's not only your fault, because the platform should make sure that doesn't happen, but that's your fucking card. Like, how the fuck is your kid getting your card, spending your money, and somehow this is someone else's fault? Man, like, get things under control in your own house before you expect to control the world. But fucking have some fucking accountability. Have some self-respect. Being a moron doesn't mean you deserved it. It's just predatory towards morons. Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's ways that morons are always going to take advantage of themselves. This is the thing, is that morons take advantage of themselves. And it's not something that you can really stop. It's not something that you can really control, because all advertising, this is one thing you have to keep in mind, all advertising is to a certain degree manipulation. That's what it is. It's manipulation. They are trying to tell you what you want to hear in order to get you to buy the blender. Please buy our blender. If you buy the blender, and you know, they have like a fucking like a commercial, right? And like the commercial is like somebody who's like really like fit and attractive. They're like making a smoothie in the blender, and then they're going out running with like their wife who's like really hot or something like that. And like this is what they show you on the blender commercial. Why do they show you that? Because it's a fantasy that you think that you like subconsciously buy into, because a lot of people subconsciously think, wow, I'm gonna buy that blender, I'm gonna get into fitness, I'm gonna get my life back on track, and this blender is my ticket to you know, not having Stacy ignore me next year, you know, at the company Christmas party, right? And like this is what happens. That's what people think, and that is manipulation. That is 100% manipulation. And there are tons of other ways that these things happen too. So if you want to talk about predatory and manipulative things, I don't think that people really care about that. I think they just care about the thing that they don't like. Because if you work backwards and you look and see, like, you know, by definition, what does predatory mean? By definition, what does, you know, unethical, you know, advertisement mean? What do these things really mean? You would realize that almost everything that is in any form of an advertisement falls under that category. So it's not necessarily whether it's predatory or not, it's whether you like it or not. And I think that whether you consider it acceptable. Now, in my opinion, this is what I've said many times with a lot of these different microtransaction things, is that I think that it needs to be regulated by the government. Because, here's why. Because I do not believe people will ever be able to exhibit self-control. Gambling has been a way to lose your money for thousands of years. And people are doing it today. Even though there are thousands of years of use cases of, hey, this is bad, this is not good, this hurts you, this is awful, and they still do it. My problem? The thing is, it becomes your problem, and here's how it becomes your problem. For things like gambling, then the government has to like sometimes help these people out, and then that's your tax money that's being spent to subsidize this moron because he got conned out of his money by somebody who's smarter than him. That's what happens. And so, yes, it does actually affect you. It affects everybody. This is a massive fucking cycle. It's like an ecosystem. And so, yes, it affects everybody. And also, like another thing I'm talking about is with the loot boxes. Now, I think that loot boxes should just be illegal. You just, if you buy something, you just get the thing and that's it. And I also think that, this is my opinion, I think that there should be no currencies allowed in video games that can be converted to real money without actually having the dollar amount shown next to it. Because I find it to be incredibly disingenuous that companies create secondary and tertiary currencies that are used to obfuscate and to muddy the waters of the user's interpretation of how much money they're spending in order to manipulate them into spending more money. I think that this is an actual predatory practice. I think that video games would be better without it, and the gaming in general would be better without it. And I know for a fact that it's never going to stop unless there's a law against it. It will never stop because people are fucking stupid, and they will keep doing it, and they will keep buying it, and they will keep promoting it until the end of time. There will never be a time, guys. There's never going to be a time where everybody collectively is like, wait a minute, we're not going to do this dumb thing anymore. Yeah, we're not going to do it anymore. We're past that. That will never happen. That will never happen because people are fucking stupid. They are fucking stupid, and they will always work against their own best interest. You know what I used to tell people whenever I would do something on my guild, whenever I would want something to happen? I told people that if I wanted something to happen that would be against the best will of most people, I'd put it to a vote. That's my level of confidence in people. They're just fucking stupid, and they'll vote against their best interests every time as long as you get them, give them a reason to do that. And so, yeah, laws apply to law-abiding citizens. Of course they do, but it's very easy to regulate a company. It's a lot harder to regulate an individual, right? It's like trying to stop, Jake from selling, weed to high schoolers is a lot harder to do than stopping a large company from doing something bad, right? Because it's just easier to find them and direct accountability. So, yeah, that's the way I feel about it. This rant is derailing fast as fuck. No, this is not a rant, okay? All I'm saying is that the freemium games, the manipulative pay-to-win practices, the currency obfuscation, and all of this will never go away. Gamers will never think one day, oh, today's the day that I'm not gonna do this anymore. Today's the day that we're not gonna buy the next loot box. That will never happen. And the only solution is to make a law against it. And nothing else will even slightly dent it. Because I think people are stupid and they're going to work against their own best interests, and it's proven time and time again over history of thousands of years that this is the case. There will never be a great epiphany. There will never be a mass catharsis. There will never be a come to Jesus moment for the society where they realize that this is bad. We would still be burning witches now if we could. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Netherlands is smart with their law against loot boxes and gambling. Of course they are. Absolutely. And so is Belgium. They both have laws against it. So yeah, here we go. 17 cents for each pound. Yeah, here we go. This is another one of the number systems. That's why Lost Ark is banned in certain countries. Here, let me ask you a question about the Lost Ark banned in certain countries. If the United States, all of the EU, and let's say South America too, had laws equivalent to what the laws in Belgium and the Netherlands are, a game like Lost Ark would still exist, but it would just have a completely different model. It would have a more ethical and more fair model. And the more companies, or sorry, not companies, again, Freudian slip, countries that have laws against this, the more that these companies will have to accommodate to these laws. Because right now, there are too few countries that have laws against a lot of these predatory practices. So it's still financially lucrative for people to make and develop these games because there are enough countries that don't care. But once enough countries start caring about it, then suddenly it's not going to be a thing anymore. Because it will no longer be financially viable to create a product because your product will hit such a small audience, you won't be able to monetize it properly. You see what I'm saying? It would be a South Korea only game? Yeah, of course. And like, so if they wanted to move it to the West, you'd be playing a completely different game. And when they just decide to not release it in the West? Sure. Yeah, but like, at a certain point, if enough countries are doing that, like every company wants to make more money, right? This is what makes sense. Every company wants to make more money. Releasing your game in like one of the only countries that doesn't allow this kind of stuff, and also like the fact that it's not allowed in other countries, draws attention to it to the people who are playing it in the countries that it is allowed. It's like, wait a minute, this game is so bad that it's not allowed in a bunch of other countries? Like, what the fuck is this? It makes it look bad. Chat's brain dead saying no? Well, look, I mean, I don't, here's the thing. I don't need to convince people. Yeah, I don't need to convince people. Like, all you have to do is wait. Like, I don't want to try to, like, explain it to somebody or, you know, say, oh, it's not a big deal. But, no, I'm just going to wait. Just wait and just, you know, we'll see what happens. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Name one time a government fixed a problem completely without making something else worse. Government fixed a problem completely without making something else worse. How about the fact that you have power right now? How about that? Yeah, it's just that, yeah, clean water. How about that? Like, yeah, there's a few places that are fucked up, right? But for the most part, it's right. Yeah, Strats thinks they can survive with anarchy. It's a terrible counter-argument, but whatever. It's a terrible counter-argument. How much money do you think that the power would be if it wasn't regulated by the government? What do you believe in this, like, you know, libertarian euphoria? Where, you know, everything is just a really low price because of the free market? Let me tell you something. Whenever I was in business school, one of the best professors I ever had told me that a price war never helps anybody. No, they just price fix with each other and just keep making the prices higher. That's what would happen, because that's what's already happened. Like, how many of you guys live in a place right here in the United States many times? How many oil companies? People are just, they're so stupid. Like, I get that, like, these things, like, would work in, like, this fucking imaginary reality. I used to be, like, a huge super libertarian. I was. And you know what changed it? Is I started playing WoW, and I did every single thing that the free market allowed me to do, and I realized how bad that was for everybody else. I'm not kidding. Like, I saw it because I was like, listen, well, wait a minute. Why don't I just bid out all my competitors? Why don't I just ruin their runs and steal all their stuff? Yeah, why don't I just do that? Well, why don't I just accuse them of selling fake stuff, and then I just print that out and say it's bullshit, and then they look bad? Well, why don't I just do that? You know, why don't I just monopolize the entire market and repost everything for a higher price and fuck over the average player? Why not? I make more money that way. It's that simple. Yeah, that's what it was, man. Actually, a power grid's not regulated in Texas. I'm not sure what the regulations are in Texas, but I know in a lot of places the power grids are regulated. They had to do that with, like, other places too, like breaking up monopolies. That's one thing the government can definitely do. I know how much, guys, we love monopolies, don't we? Oh, those are our favorite. Let's see here. I don't want to talk too much about politics or anything like that, but all I'm really trying to say here is this, is that a lot of these things that are being done are, these are problems that are only solvable by the government. And I think there's a lot of people who are delusional who think otherwise. But I think that time will tell and time will prove me right, that the only time that this will ever change, I think these freemium games will keep getting worse. Not only will they keep getting, will they continue, but they will keep getting worse. And you're seeing this more and more and more now. And you'll also see what I believe to be, as more of the cult, like, this is just me rambling, right? But this is what I think is going to happen. As more of the culture becomes digital, as more of the culture becomes online and turned into a commodity, that's effectively what I think a lot of people are fighting against with NFTs and to a lesser extent cryptocurrency by proxy. They're fighting against the commodification of your digital presence and of your presence as a human being, right? That's fundamentally what they're fighting against, and just NFTs are a metaphor for what that is. So this will continue getting worse, and you will see probably in the next like 10 years or 20 years, maybe a little bit longer, people will actually be looked down upon for not being able to afford these exorbitant things. And the same thing happened in real life, because it's already happened with luxury goods before. It's happened with Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all of these really expensive luxury brands. People look down on you if you can't afford those things if they can. And the same thing is going to happen with video games, and it's going to happen whenever the entire digital world becomes more commodified, in the same way that NFTs are trying to do and cryptocurrencies are trying to do as well. That's not true. What the fuck? All right. That's not true. Okay. That sounds good. Sure. Yeah, if you guys think that's not true and you think that I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Yep, that's completely okay. It's a big reach. Chad hasn't read Ready Player One. I haven't read anything, man. I'm just talking about what I think is going to happen. That's all there is to it. And yeah, you don't need to act like an authority on every topic. There is no authority. Nobody really knows. Nobody has any idea. Nobody is an authority. Yeah, nobody has any idea what's going to happen. Like, if you go back and you read many different things from like 50 years ago of like, oh, what the world is going to be like in 50 years, almost every single one is wrong. Because nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody has any idea. We're all guessing, and we're all just saying, hey, this is what seems like it makes sense, and we'll see what happens. The fact is that there's so many different levels of technology that happen nowadays. A massive paradigm shift could happen any day now, and it could completely change the trajectory of things. But I just don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Besides, George Orwell is spot on. In some ways, you're right. So yeah, coming home from my minimum wage job, pay to win, or another shitty $60 expansion, my empty wallet, he's like, oh, fuck, man, fuck. Yeah, I know, man. It's not good. And I'm gonna read a few of these comments. I'm sure these will be good. What's this here? As a few of my friends said, this game isn't pay to win. Look at me. I'm free to play, and I'm in tier 3 in Argos. My friend was 750 hours playtime. Yeah, there we go, man. I'm just over here having fun in Guild Wars 2 land. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You're having fun the wrong way. Give me 1 second. Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god, what is this? Look, guys. Elon Musk is a billionaire. I'm not. All right? I don't get that many Twitch Primes. So I don't know if it's going to work that well for me or not. For every Elon Musk, there's a bunch of other guys with shitty fucking hair transplants that it doesn't look good on them, okay? Let's see the 22 million clip. Okay, I'll pull it up right here. Give me 1 second.
Dude. No way. It's like, oh, okay, bet. Come on. That's that fraud luck, baby. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my god.
Look at that, dude. Oh my god. That's what we've been waiting for.
Oh, that's insane.
Look at the numbers.
Oh my god.
Like casual meals here, like
Yeah, just 7 million for fucking
bang.
Wait, did Train see my clip where I said I thought it would be cool if he let the number play? Did he see the clip? Cause he used to skip it.
Another mill.
Oh my god.
It's crazy how like it's even slow. It's even slow on the M's as well. It's kind of slow here. Like it's just like 13, 14.
Easy
Dude,
money.
It's been a fucking year.
Bro, my first max win is on 22,500. 22,000. Fucking insane. Oh my god.
Dude.
Bro,
Yeah.
20. Holy fuck.
I like how it says you've got 2 more free spins left afterwards, you know? After he wins 22 million, yeah, you've got 2 more free spins. That's what it was, yeah. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yep, there we go. What's this? XQC reacts to Maid Asmon. What's this? Okay. Oh my god, yeah. Such hair. Yeah, I know. That was the, I remember this happened like, it was like a clip from 2 years ago. I remember that. Whenever, you know, he's talking about girls going on streams, man. I lost Ark. Yeah, exactly, man. The maid you want versus the maid you get. I saw this one after I finished my stream, and I went and I watched it. Or sorry, I tweeted it out. I thought this was a pretty funny one. And definitely accurate for sure, guys. Yeah, 100% fucking accurate. And yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I did my best. I can't always meet the high expectations my viewers have for me. But you know what? I do my best. New update's so good? I hope so. We're going to look at it in just a little bit, okay? And just, can someone explain why Western developers seem to be so mad that Elden Ring is successful? Well, I mean, like, let's be honest here, right? Is that this is not really Western developers being upset about this. This is a handful of people posting on Twitter. Like, I'm sure that there are Western developers that are upset about it and, like, not happy about it. But the truth is that there's not really that many people that are really saying this stuff. It's just a handful of people on Twitter. And then obviously, like, and another thing here is this, is that, give me a second. So yeah, anyway, I think that a lot of people are looking for Western developers, like they want Western developers to be mad about this, because I think a lot of Western developers, you've got to keep this in mind, right? There's a lot of Western developers that the majority of them were looking forward to Elden Ring just as much as we were, right? And that's like something else to keep in mind. Is like a lot of these Western devs, like they love Elden Ring, they love these games, this is just like a normal thing for them, right? And so yeah, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of a thing, it doesn't really fucking matter to them, and like they can just appreciate the game for what it is. But there are a number of other people, guys, that are not that happy about it. And why is that? It's because those people are just, you know, those people are just salty assholes usually, right? But the reason why people are pointing this out, it's because this is what people are looking for. Because a lot of people view Elden Ring as like the antithesis of what all the bad things in Western development are. You know, over-involved UIs, everything being completely spoon-fed to you where there's no sense of discovery. You know, there's no overt political or social messaging in the game. There's no, you know, preaching to the player. There's no microtransactions. There's no DLC. DLC isn't even really that bad, but it didn't release with DLC. And so people view this as like, this is exactly what I don't want in the Western games, and Elden Ring has all these things. So like the people have a bias to look for developers thinking that they don't like Elden Ring because it reaffirms what they believe is that Elden Ring is the antithesis of what Western development is. Do you see kind of what I'm saying? So like it's basically like whenever you're a hammer You're looking for nails. You're looking for this. You're going out of your way to find this. So there are a handful of people that have expressed frustration with Elden Ring, but this is in no way, shape, or form a majority of developers or, you know, a lot of people. And so that's all I'm really trying to say. So, like, I don't want to, like, hate on, like, all Western developers for like 3 or 5 people making tweets about it. But yeah, it's confirmation bias. That's perfect. Yeah, exactly. There you go. First episode of Halo is out, by the way. I don't really know if Halo is going to be good, man. Like, I feel like I heard that Master Chief wasn't even part of it or something like that. And it kind of gave me a lot of pause for the show. And I just didn't really, yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like, yeah, isn't Master Chief not even the main character? Yeah, that's what I heard about. He's part of it. Yeah, it's like he's not the main character. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Who cares? Like, I mean, maybe I'll try it out and see what it's like. But, like, the thing is that there's a lot of, this is a problem that I think a lot of these, like, these companies do, is that he's a sidekick. Yeah, like, I don't give a shit. Like, is that they make a movie out of a video game, and then they deviate from making, like, from what the game is. Right? Like, nobody gives a shit about some side character that you invented for the TV show. We want to see Master Chief. You know, we want to see the Sergeant. We want to see Cortana. That's what people are going to want to see because that's what was popular, right? You try to reinvent the wheel and you do something completely fucking different and you call it the same thing and people said, hold up, wait a minute, and don't be surprised if they stop watching. That's all there is to it. That's all. They don't look towards the games at all. Yeah, if you don't look at the games at all, then maybe that's a bad idea. I think that there's always a give and take, right? You need to, like, there needs to be some originality, right? Of course there needs to be some originality, and you should deviate from the games and the books to a degree, because it's just something that, like, there are a lot of things that just don't translate well from, like, one medium to another. Like, for example, how many times have you seen an anime that was used as a live-action TV show and it looked like garbage? It's because a lot of anime, just like the way that it's stylized, the way that it's written, the way the characters look, everything about it is just such a, like, it's unrealistic, right? It's just unrealistic. And so whenever you try to turn that into, like, a live action show, it always falls flat because it never really meets the expectation stylistically that the anime set. It never does, as far as I know. And we saw that happen with Cowboy Bebop, and you also saw that happen with, there's, I think, a Dragon Ball Z movie a while ago that was so bad nobody even remembers it. So yeah, that's basically the way I feel about it. Everything we made good. It's crap writers. I think it's both, right? Obviously, but you could say crap writers are the ones making those kinds of decisions because a good writer wouldn't do that. And so, yeah, that's the way I see it. You guys see, like, that's pretty much it. The bizarre Mortal Kombat movies. Well, Mortal Kombat isn't an anime, but I'm just saying, like, as an example, some things don't translate well to other mediums. And I think it's okay if you want to deviate from that. It's totally okay. The situation of Cowboy wasn't a style, it was complete shit. I mean, I think that many regards they are, but whenever you're trying to recapture the same audience and you have a completely different feel for it, it's very hard to do that. So yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It doesn't really matter that much, and that's why I think people are looking for Western developers to be mad about Elden Ring, because those people, it reinforces their biases. It's confirmation bias. Same shitty ending. Kerrigan from StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, new Arbiter from Shadowlands. Wow, so basically, if Blizzard's solution to all characters is to turn them into butter, well, that's cute. Yeah, that's great. I don't know what to say about this. Like, it's just fucking. Here's the way I see the Arbiter cinema, the storyline and the Kerrigan storyline, etc. Is that the Kerrigan one I think was fine. It was not, like, awful. I didn't play like StarCraft 2 a lot, so I don't really care about it that much, but it was like, okay, yeah, this is whatever, right? And I would be fine if you just take a story, like the StarCraft 2 storyline is what Blizzard would do all the time. They wrote a story that had a weird twist at the end where the character gets redeemed or something like that, and it's very surface level. It's not super complex. It's not challenging to the readers. It's just, hey, this is a story, right? And that's about it. And I'm completely okay with that. Yeah, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Don't do anything crazy. The Arbiter storyline is like, to me, this is how I view it. Okay, fine, let's go. All right, that's good enough. Let's go. All right, Pelagos is Arbiter. Yep, sounds good. All right. Yeah, we gotta go. Like, let's wrap this up, and we're gonna move on to the next expansion. Like, I just don't give a shit, and I just want to move on. Did you shower? No, I did not. We need a Bloodborne movie. Bloodborne movie. You know who would be? Oh, if I mean, it's like something like that would be cool, but like I just couldn't really see it working. I don't know. I really couldn't see it working at all. Van Helsing? Yeah, you already got that. That's close enough. I guess so. Denuser even said they wouldn't disrespect old characters. What a fucking liar. Should be fired. I don't care anymore. Like, the thing is, here's how I feel about the WoW lore. And I've said this before. What I said about the WoW lore, look at this. Look at this, dude. This is fucking nuts. This is the thing the guy sent me right here. Here's the way I feel about the WoW lore. If next expansion is bad, there's nobody who's responsible for it more than the people that are working there at that exact time. So I'm not gonna wait and say, oh, well, you know, it'll get better, or any other fucking excuse. They have no excuse if they do it wrong again. And I am so waiting for them to do it wrong again. I think that they will. I think they're gonna completely fuck it up again, because they just keep fucking everything up. Like, basically every single story arc that they have is either stupid, it doesn't make sense, or it's boring and really, like, cliche. So, like, I just expect the next expansion to have the same exact stuff, because those are the same people that are working there now. So, like, it's same people like, oh, I wish they'd make a WoW 2. Like, why would you want that? The people that are working on WoW 1 right now and messing that up are going to go work on WoW 2, and you think somehow that's going to be better? I don't fucking think so, man. Hasn't WoW lore always been bad, though? No, I don't think so. I think also it's never been, like, it's never had depth. Like, most WoW lore, except for, like, a few isolated stories, they don't really have any depth to them, but you don't need depth all the time. It's totally okay. Like, you can have a movie like Conan the Barbarian. What's the story of Conan the Barbarian? Well, there's this guy Conan, and this other guy killed it. Darth Vader kills his father and his family, and so then Conan works out a lot, and he gets a sword, and he kills Darth Vader. Like, that's basically it. That's about it. Like, you don't need a bunch of, like, you know, fucking politics. You don't need a bunch of interplay. You don't need a bunch of, you know, hidden desires and, you know, subversion of expectations. Everybody knew what was gonna happen. Conan's gonna beat his ass, and then he did. It's like, yeah, bro, there it is. And so that's the way it is. Yeah, you don't always have to do this, like, crazy convoluted thing. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes it can be simple, and sometimes simple is good. So let's look at this. So this is the thing that the guy sent me yesterday, the little figurine. Obviously, he took some pictures of it before he sent it over. I still need to glue all the pieces together. I was gonna do it with Gorilla Glue yesterday, but I thought to myself, you know what? Gorilla Glue is probably gonna fuck it up, and so I'm holding off on doing that. But yeah, I really like this a lot. Obviously, this thing is just fucking badass. Honestly, I think it looks even better in person. Like, especially in terms of, like, the armor and all that. It's really hard to see how much quality they put into it. It was incredible. I absolutely fucking loved it. Yeah. It's okay, guys. People are allowed to not like enjoy a video game. Bitches be like, can't stand people getting canceled for their opinions. 10 minutes later. And then, oh, it's all the people complaining about the developer post. Here's the way I see this. I feel like my commentary on that was completely fair. Like, I think it was completely fucking fair. Do you guys think it was fair? It was. Like, I didn't even say the guy was an asshole. I didn't say anything bad really about him. I just talked about what he was saying. Yeah, I thought it was totally fucking fair. Now, obviously, some people do take it too far. And this is what happens. People read something, it gets them... and then they've got to say something about it. Now, I hate that shit. Now, I know that obviously a lot of you guys are fine with that, but to me, I just don't want to have people getting, you know, fired up on the internet about stuff and, like, you know, shitting on people. Who is the girl from... Okay, all right, let's... I hate this picture so much. This is the worst picture in the entire world. Yeah, there it is. FromSoft fans. No build diversity, katana, only combat is boring. Also FromSoft fans. Rivers of Blood, Moonveil, oh my god, I could use both of them? Wow! No, you're totally right. Of course. This is what makes sense. Yeah, duh. No shit. Because it's one of the best weapons.